How's everyone doing? Sorry I missed the all signs for the end of January. I could do one right now, but I was like, yeah, we're already on the 22nd, and I'm like, no, we'll just pretend that we're looking at February. So today's all signs is going to be for the first half of February, 2026. How's everyone's 2026 going? Feels still a little like 2025 if you ask me, but thank God it's a new year. I actually just recorded a podcast with a top psychic, and oh my God, really interesting predictions for the world. Shared some that she's never shared anywhere else. And so I'm super excited. That one's going to come out after the full moon next week with Mary Ducina. You'll definitely want to catch that one. So don't miss that 2026 predictions video coming out. What else do we need to talk about? We need to talk about the fact that this week in particular should feel a little intense. Okay, it's going to feel intense, to say the least. We've had a lot of planets, our personal planets, meeting up with Pluto. And over the next couple of days, we have, I believe today, the Sun and Mercury are also going over Pluto. Maybe it's tomorrow. But Mars will also be going across Pluto in a few days. So Mars and Pluto is probably the one you really want to pay attention to. I think that's the 27th of this week. And I'm just saying that just so that you understand that we've got some really intense buildup energy coming into our full moon in Leo on the 1st. So that's going to be a pretty dramatic full moon in a sense that the moon is sitting by itself in Leo, okay? And across from it in the sign of Aquarius is everything else. It's Pluto, it's the Sun, it's Mercury, it's Mars, it's Venus, all sitting there. So anywhere in your chart where you have Leo and Aquarius, that part of your chart is getting absolutely lit up. And Leo can be a little dramatic. Let's face it, to all my Leos out there, you know it. You know, you love the flair, you love the theatrics, and sometimes things can get a little dramatic. And this is going to be one of those moons. It's going to be one of those moons. The planet that rules Leo, the Sun, is in Aquarius, which means it's in its detriment. So you know, whenever the Sun's in Aquarius, maybe we're not just feeling our best, when our energy is just kind of dragging a little bit. But this, I think, is going to be something where what you see over this week is really going to present itself in the full moon. So that's why I just really kind of pay attention to what's kind of coming up with there. So you're going to be, something in your Leo house is really getting illuminated from your Aquarius house. We've also got Uranus is going to station direct in the first few days of February. Uranus, this is important only because it's getting ready to leave Taurus for good, for the rest of our lives, unless you're like, I don't know, a few years old and you're going to plan to live to 90. So Uranus in Taurus is stationing, it's stationing direct and will be in Taurus until the end of April, which it will then be in Gemini for good. I had some really good predictions about this, what's coming in for 2022, what we might, things of that nature. But also, if you're doing business online, you're going to want to listen to this. I mean, who isn't doing business online these days? But you know what I mean. Okay. And this particular full moon, you know, Aquarius, with all the planets here right now, Aquarius is a sign of our forward future vision. It's about innovation, technology, breakthroughs, but it's also about surprises. So expect this Leo full moon to also be a little surprising in a sense that there's so much energy in Aquarius right now. What else? Oh, Saturn on the 14th of February, which we're reading up until, approximately, Saturn will go into Aries. So we now will have Neptune will have left Aries, or sorry, Neptune will have left Pisces, Saturn will have left Pisces, and now the two biggies are in Aries. This is a very defining part of the year. So we are heading, I want you guys to, we are in a build up to eclipse season. Okay. We are in a build up to eclipse season. The first eclipse is on the 17th of February. And so these next couple of weeks are going to really feel like you're going to feel things stirring. You're going to feel things happening, especially because it's our first eclipse in Aquarius, North Node, that we've had in 18 and a half years. So think back to 18 and a half years ago. What was going on in your life? What were some of the things when we think about North Node? Okay. And of course the North Node's still in Pisces, but the actual eclipse itself, the new moon is happening in Aquarius. So what is happening in your life that's really pushing you outside of your comfort zone, that's really wanting you to do things that you've never done before, or things that are freaking you out, making you a little scared to do, and go back 18 and a half years and ask yourself, what was happening back then that was really changing in my life? Because listen, eclipses in general are always going to bring change, but an eclipse in Aquarius is like a pretty big change. Okay. That's change on steroids. So this is going to be a big one. It could even be a change of your future vision coming through, like where things that you were like, I thought my future was going to be this. And now I'm like, wow, I think it's going to be this. Those kinds of things can happen with an Aquarius, North Node solar eclipse. So anyways, I think that's good for now. We're going to be going over the full moon with Mary next week. I know you guys are in for a snowstorm. At least those of you who are in the US and possibly southern Canada. If you're on the more East Coast, I think are going to be getting a lot of snow and ice. So stay warm, everyone. Stay safe. There's going to be some really big icy, I think some of my friends out on the East Coast are supposed to be getting 2 feet of snow by the end of this weekend. So lots kind of happening. We're going to have really cold temperatures. So just brace yourself, everyone. Okay. We're going to get into all signs. Before I do have an announcement. I get these every now and then, but I've been getting a lot of them. And because we're in the new year and because we're going to eclipse season and just shit is really shaking up right now. If you would like an intuitive reading with me, I have left a link in the description below. I've opened up the bookings. So I'm going to leave it open till the end of the month. Okay. January 31st. So if you would like to book a reading with me, about what's kind of going on in your life right now, I'm going to do that for you guys. So just know that'll stay open until the 31st of January. And of course, if you're wanting to come to the 3-day 180 retreat, that we are quickly coming up on, we are 5 weeks away today from the 3-day 180. So this is where we are going to, with this particular retreat, I'm going to be doing some things differently than I've ever done. And one of the things that I really want to do at this particular retreat is go into really making sure to teach you guys how to hold the expansion that's coming through in your journeys, that's coming through. So you know how to continue holding it for long periods of time into your regular life. Obviously, when you do any kind of plant medicine journey ceremonies, there's always that high of the actual journey itself, and it does do incredible changes. But life happens, right? Life happens. And how do you navigate when life happens and a shitstorm hits your life and the glow starts to fade? Because that's just normal. That's just how life is. How do you use the energy of the plant medicine journeys and everything that you get from the retreat? I'm going to teach you guys at this retreat. I'm going to actually incorporate new things that are going to give you the right tools to hold it and even enhance it as you are in your own space. Okay. So 5 weeks away. If you're wanting to come, definitely book your ticket. I'd love to see you there. I'd love to work with you in person. It is a very magical experience. It is not one that I can do any justice to right now. And speaking about it, you have to be there to experience it. And if you have any questions about the retreat, you can just reach out to me, email nicole@nicolefrolic.com. All right, fire signs. You guys are first. We're going to look at fire signs and find out what's in store for you guys for the first half of February. So let me just get your timestamp down. All right, Aries, Leo, Sag, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's take a look at what's in store for the main theme of your reading. Okay. And what is the potential challenge for my, that's way too many. Hold on a second here. What is the main, what is the potential challenge, I should say, for my fire signs? Aries, Leo, and Sag. Okay, we'll take those two. Interesting. Okay, fire signs, the main theme of your reading is sublimation, okay? Sublimation. So this is a beautiful state, sublimation, and it's like, God, it's like divine. It's, where is this one? Let me see here. LX. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Elevation, rising, flight. It's like so the theme of your reading here, fire signs, is some sort of elevation. You are rising. You are feeling like you are maybe moving up or going to another level. There's a great aspect of celebrated elevation, of sending above and gaining a greater perspective. Birds in flight, mountain peaks, ladders, and balloons are all sublimation images, as with all the operations. This does have a shadow. There can sometimes be a risk of, like, as you go up, maybe separating yourself from others, thinking you're better than, you know, just sometimes like the ego can come in when there's like this part of you that's kind of like moving up. Okay. Like you're moving up. There's a reason to celebrate. You've achieved something potentially. And so the risk is particularly great in spiritual traditions that offer a linear model of achievement. But it does feel like fire signs. If you've been working towards something, there's something that you've kind of been moving towards or looking to achieve, or you've got something that you're announcing, it really does feel like this might be the time. Like the first half of February could be where you feel like, I'm making it, I'm doing it. Now, the challenge for you is two cards came out. We have Ash and the Spark of Light coming up here, okay? So kind of two very polar type of energies. Ash really talks about like there's the grief, right? Of like, what are you letting go? Something has been burned. But Ash is also very fertile, okay? And so there has been this process of letting something die within you in order for this light to come through. Now, the sparks of light is also kind of speaks to the synchronicities. So I would say that as you kind of are transitioning, okay, through phases where one is letting go, one is no longer being and moving into a new one, there is this process of letting go of the old. But also when you're on the right path, don't forget to look for some of the synchronicities. So sometimes you may be clinging on to old things here. You really want to let them go and keep following the signs, I would say, fire signs of what you're being shown, because this energy does feel pretty good. Let's see what the cards say for you. All right, what do we need to know? And we're going to do this. What do we need to know for my fire signs? Aries, Leo, Sag, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay, there you are, coming out, starting the deck showing up. We have the King of Wands. We also have the Seven of Cups. Oof. We also have the Seven of Swords coming up. All right. Coming into the current energy of February, we're starting off with the Death card. Like I said, big transformation, shifts happening here. Something is on the way out as something is on the way in here for you. Ooh, heart of your spread, fire signs. 10 of Pentacles. We love to see the 10 of Pentacles in the heart of your spread, fire signs. What else? Coming into the current energies. Ooh, I'm loving it. Oh my God, fire signs, what is going on? Okay, we have the Fool card coming out here, and then going into your future energies, we have the World. Definitely an achievement, definitely in a recognition, leveling up, closing out an old chapter here to get ready to go into somewhere new, which is clearly coming up here with the Fool. There's big changes coming in here for you. What else do we need to know for fire signs? Okay, we have the Seven of Pentacles and we have the Queen of Swords. All right, overall energy is the Two of Swords in reverse and the Queen of Cups underneath. So I really feel, fire signs, that you have been kind of maybe at a crossroads for a while, you know, like you're standing here like wondering like, what the hell am I supposed to do? Like which direction do I go? Do I keep walking on this path? Or is there a different path I'm supposed to be, or a different direction I'm supposed to be taking? And I really feel like you've been focusing on your intuition, maybe even just where your own creative processes are flowing in here. But for some of you too, this could be about love, okay, with the Queen of Cups in here. But I mean, it feels more like prominent in the sense of like using your intuition, connecting to a higher power, to source, your creator, through your meditations, your higher self, to really guide you on like, where are you going next? Okay. And I feel like if you've been in this place for a while, I feel like February is going to light you up. I think you're going to really like what's coming ahead of you. In the past, we have the King of Wands, the Seven of Cups, and the Seven of Swords. So here you are, fire signs, and you're in all your glory. You're feeling kind of good here. You know, for some of you, this may even be about more of like you see yourself more in a higher level, and standing in that. But with the Seven of Cups here, there could have been confusion. Okay, there could have been some confusion here and you're not really sure what to choose. For some of you, you may have had some options to choose from that you're like, well, all of these options are good. But also like you have the Seven of Swords here. So the Seven of Swords can sometimes talk about betrayal. It can feel like there's been something has been stolen from you, taken from you. That can sometimes be the Seven of Swords. Oftentimes it is that energy. And for some of you, you may have just been feeling that way. You know, like I'll be honest, I kind of like over the last 4 months or so, like just been feeling like, yeah, life as I knew it was being taken away from me. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I now with hindsight can look back and go, oh, I see the bigger plan now. I understand. But there could also have been some strategy here for some of you. Okay, you may have been trying to strategize like, okay, let me put something in motion. How do I like get ahead of the curve here? Now, coming into your current energies, you have the Death, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Fool. So there is major change happening for you here. This may have something to do with, again, there is this process like when we have a death. Okay, it is a transformation. It's death into rebirth. So something here you're letting go, but it does feel though that you're bringing in some very welcomed change. The Ten of Pentacles is something that is long standing, like will be something that you can depend on, lean on, count on for years and years and years and years to come. This could be something that is definitely tied to a lot more money. This could be about something that a way that you're bringing in more security, more foundation of finances for you for the long term. And you're doing it in a brand new way with the Fool card here. There's a brand new opening here, a brand new beginning. And it's going to feel a little risky for you. You're going to feel, the Fool always, it brings in risk because you're stepping into something that's a little unknown. Now, coming into the near future, we have the World card, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. You have 3 sevens here. I'm just going to say that because I think that's going to be important for a couple of you. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I'm seeing like a bunch of different things. Okay. So the World, there's definitely a sense of accomplishment, a sense of closure, completion, like a sense of pride too, of like, you did it. I do feel for like you fire signs where this reading is going to be really resonating with you is that you're going to feel really good. Like it feels like, oh, okay, I'm fine. Like you're getting to a level that is far bigger than like, let's just say the identity of you even 5 years ago could even fathom. Okay. So with the Seven of Pentacles though, it comes up with a bit of a pause. Okay. There's going to be a pause, a reassessment, maybe even a waiting period here to really make sure that it feels like you're getting ready to make a swift decision, and you just need to make sure that you've got everything lined up in front of you, that you're not missing anything. It feels more like, let me just get all my ducks in a row. Let me just dot my I's, cross my T's. Like that's what this Seven of Pentacles energy actually feels like. And this the Queen of Swords here is saying, hey, I'm making a big decision. Be prepared. Like you're going to feel very like, sure. There's a certainty here that's coming in. And the Queen of Swords may even mean that you're having a very important conversation with someone about something, getting down to like brass tacks here. This is like a no BS kind of conversation if you're having it. But it feels very productive. It feels, also like, it's got some really good strength behind it. Like there's a strength in the decision. Like you're so sure about like this. So this is very interesting. So let's kind of go into the clarifiers here, fire signs, and see what we need to know here for what are this Two of Swords in reverse? Because remember, the Two of Swords in reverse does mean that you are now moving forward. Okay. Whereas you may have not known, there's the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So really not waiting anymore. Ace of Cups. What else do we need to know about the Two of Swords in reverse? And the Two of Wands. So you really are, fire signs, on a brand new pathway here. You're really kind of looking out, and I feel very much like you've already taken steps towards this in some manner. And there's a new opening here that's really something that you're passionate about, in a sense of it really fills your heart up. It lights you up. It fulfills you. It gives you a sense of personal fulfillment. For some of you, this could be also about someone important to you that you care about deeply, love. But with the Two of Wands, yeah, you hit a crossroads. So you're kind of like at this timeline juncture of like leaving an old timeline behind and stepping into a new one that is, I gotta say, kind of exciting. It feels really exciting. What's this King of Wands for my fire signs? Okay, we have the Page of Cups. And we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. Okay, so I think, either you got this, how do I say this? This King of Wands can be you, okay? Like I said in the beginning, this can be you, like really seeing yourself at a new level. And there's like with the Page of Cups, you receive something here. It's like someone you either, it was a message about like what again is a dream of yours, part of your dreams. The Page of Cups is very much a dreamer. This could also for some of you be about kids, okay? But it feels too like whatever this is though, it's had a little bit of stop start energy, okay? So it's good, but it's had a little bit of like stop start, you know, like kind of energy here. What's this? 7 of Cups. I would say too, this could have also like been someone that you respect. The King of Wands can sometimes be a mentor of yours who maybe offered you some advice that was like part of your dreams, like something towards directing you in your dreams. It could also be something like that. Okay, so on the 7 of Cups, we also have the World card here. It's interesting when I see the World card here, I'm getting the sense that you're really looking at the bigger picture of life. That you're like you're not just focused on like one little thing, like you're kind of looking back like at the whole world, is kind of what I'm getting here. For some of you, this could also be about like you're maybe pursuing options to travel. Traveling could be part of this. But again, it's like a sense of accomplishment, a sense of achievement that you feel really good about. Like this is where you're choosing your options from this place. And we also have the Hierophant. So this is about spiritual leadership. Okay, the Hierophant is also about like committing to something. It's about maybe being a spiritual guide, a spiritual leader of some sort. Mentorship too comes in here with the Hierophant. So it feels like you're looking at options either to pursue someone like this or to become more of this for others. It's also the Hierophant is like something that is solid, committed, traditional. There's traditional elements here within it. Okay, on the 7 of Swords, we have the Page of Swords. Oh, and the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, I really feel like this, for some of you, this could have been a little bit of a betrayal or something that took you by surprise where you may have felt like someone was taking something of yours that they shouldn't have been, or misusing, like whether it's like your heart or misusing your trust. But the Page of Swords is very curious, and I'm tending to lean more towards strategy with these cards, that you may have been strategizing, trying to like get 2 steps ahead of the game, and that you've been, the Page of Swords can be very curious, wants to read up on everything, wants to absorb everything, like learn more. So you might be in this learning phase of really turning your life around in some way. The Wheel of Fortune is always going to bring in change, right? It's Jupiter ruled. And this is big change. This is big change that you've been looking at. There could have also been a turn of fortune for you that started to move things in a better direction for you around this time. Let's look at the Death card, which is in our current energies for the first half of February. Okay, we have the 3 of Wands with the King of Swords in reverse. Okay, so the Death card clarified. I really think that there's been an old plan that has been discarded, like a plan that maybe expired without you even realizing it was expiring. And you're kind of leaving an old plan and looking at a new plan for your future in some way. And I would say that it also challenges it challenges you mentally in a way that is like it's hard to fully conceive yet, but you're thinking about like you may not have, with the King of Swords here in reverse, you may not have everything that like you need in order to understand what you're letting go of and what you're moving towards, but you are also recognizing that you're seeing things that you want and they're starting to come forward. And so do you really need to know the full picture just yet? You just need to know certain parts of the picture is just enough to get you moving in the right direction. What's this 10 of Pentacles? What's this 10 of Pentacles? Whew, okay. Well, the 8 of Cups with the Queen of Swords in reverse. Oof. Okay. So this idea of like making more money, having more wealth, having more security, something that's more long-term, something that more depending on, is requiring you to walk away from something. We have a big strong theme here of letting go, walking away, things that are just not working for you anymore, things that don't work for you anymore. They don't serve you. They may have used to serve you. They don't serve you anymore. And there's this part of you though that like, I love the 8 of Cups because it's like it's following the moon's pull, the emotional pull of your intuition, this calling that, this knowing that there's something else there for you. And with the Queen of Swords here now in reverse, I would say seeing the King of Swords here in reverse and the Queen of Swords here in reverse, I'm getting the sense that not everything is crystal clear to you, and some of this stuff may even defy logic to your brain, but like it still makes sense though. You are going to have to cut something out. You really have to cut something out here with the Queen of Swords in reverse. And in order to move forward, something does need to be fully released. And like, there's going to be, I don't even feel like there's going to be any tears shed over it though. What's this Fool card? Okay, we have the Queen of Cups and the Strength card both in reverse on the Fool card here. This feels really healing to me. So new beginnings with the Fool card here, a whole new opening of possibilities, of opportunities you're stepping towards. And it does feel like obviously you're going to need courage. And I think in some cases you may even question like, did I make the right move? You may question your intuition. You may question everything that you've been following. I will say, because we have these cards here, remember to let things die and keep following the synchronicities, keep following the signs. Because the ego's always going to be like, whoa, 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 where are you taking us, right? What's the World card? I also feel like fire signs, there's an old part that you've been connected to emotionally that you're letting go of, that you're saying goodbye to. And there is a little bit of a grieving around that, but the bigger picture is so far more exciting that I don't feel like it's having that much of an impact on you, but it's a recognition of understanding it. And it's just a part of like growing up, right? It's like, okay, kids are going to grow up, they're going to leave the house. Obviously parents get, very sentimental about it. Usually the kids are like, I can't wait to get out of the house. But, there's this sign of like, okay, this is the next stage. Like you're in some new stage here, fire signs. What's this World card? Okay, we have the Two of Pentacles. Ooh, with the Star card and the High Priestess. Ooh. You are making a choice after the first half of, because we're looking at the near future energies here. You're going to be making a choice. Or you're really needing to find a balance between something, okay? But between like the big dream, the big wish, and also something that feels unknown, hidden. This could be more about balancing the two. But whatever this is too, like this also for some of you could be like whatever this achievement, this accomplishment, like this really big leveling up energy is, where you are elevating, you are going on, like you're rising, you're rising in status, you're rising in accomplishments, you're rising maybe even in your own power here, fire signs. And it's like you are making choices now, but like it's really about the big wish, and there you are following more of your intuition here deeply. Like it's almost like you're following it because something's also pulling you and also putting wind behind you at the same time, like to guide you into this place that you're going. So it feels like, again, it feels like all the right elements are in place to support you. What is the Seven of Pentacles? Okay, we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse, more letting go, not holding on to something so tightly. And then the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so here is where I think you're kind of pausing to take stock, right? You're kind of getting a lay of the land, and you're realizing that you can't hold on so tightly to something, and you're really needing to let that go. But you're also like, we're going to move slowly, we're going to move methodically, and we're going to take our time. We're going to do this the right way. So this is something that you, again, we're talking about long-lasting wealth, financial security, something that is like standing the test of time. Some of you, this could be legacy wealth. And this is where you're like, this isn't something you want to rush through. So again, and that's why I think there's been some strategy here, but you are starting to make the right moves as you kind of slowly start to put things in motion. What's this Queen of Swords? Like, this is not something you can rush. And I think that's going to be a little difficult, fire signs, especially for you guys, because it's going to be exciting. Whatever this energy is, it's very exciting. And so you're going to want to like just push through it, right? Or push it through. And I would say, I see you here though pausing, and I think it's really good. I think it benefits you a lot. What's this Queen of Swords? Okay, we have the Ace of Swords in reverse. And the King of Pentacles. So I think you're definitely making a choice here. There could again like be a conversation with someone maybe who's really strong with finances, or is going to be able to guide you through certain decisions around how you're maybe making more money. This could be like a financial advisor. And it doesn't have to just be that, but this could just be someone though who's very wealth connected, security connected, also someone you respect and can trust and can lean on. There's a lot of dependability here. It feels like you're having a conversation about a past idea or something that you've thought about before. You're revisiting something with this person that I think is very tied to this whole thing. So I'm seeing movement, I'm seeing change, and I really see you kind of stepping across a threshold here, fire signs, that's taking you into something completely brand new for you. And I really do think this is about you setting up more long-term security for yourself. But it's not just about that. It's about also like feels like you're kind of rising up in your own accomplishments. So it's like well-deserved. It's long overdue. So fire signs, that's my reading for you. Let me know if that resonated with anyone. Great reading to kick off today's readings. All right, so we're going to jump into earth signs. Hello, everyone. Dots, MJ, CBs, good to see you. Bonnie, Ziggurat, love it. All right, and yeah, stay. Let's see. You're preparing for the snow apocalypse. Yeah, I know. I wish we were getting more of that snow apocalypse here in Colorado. We have just had the driest, hottest winter, like, on record. Aries is very fiery, right? So I would expect there to be some bigger fires, foggy and watery, and all. It's been drier in our area. We might be seeing way more fires. Knock on wood, it's not true, but okay. And if you're just joining, I just opened up intuitive readings for the next 10 days. You don't need to book it for within the 10 days. Have it done, but you need to actually have the booking done. That's what I'm saying. If that makes any sense. Probably not the way I said it. But if you want a reading with me, I've opened up my books until January 31st. I will close the booking link. So if you want to get a reading, things have been really intense. We're going into eclipse season. Just shit's shaking up. We're going into a very, very intense part of the year. So, all right, our signs: Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's kind of take a look and see what have we got in store for our earth signs. What is in store? All right. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What's in store for the first half of February for my earth signs? What is the main theme of their reading, and what is the potential challenge? What is the main theme? And what is the potential challenge? There we go. Oh, okay. So the main theme of your reading, earth signs, is the uncreated. So this is something that is still not taken form. In fact, it's like still in the void, right? It's the uncreated. Let me just go. Oh, wait. I'm so bad with my Roman numerals. Here we go. Yeah, it comes right after the void. The unconceived, the seed of the seed. This is where everyone you knew was not named yet, not born, where every city was yet to be named, when your favorite song was yet to be sung. So it's that energy that's still percolating in the void, okay? This card indicates that the subtle but profound force that summons all that will be into existence. So this most sacred of formulas cannot be manufactured, contained, bought, or sold. It's pure intelligence of creation pulsing at the door of reality. Its timing is precise and it is happening now. Do not delay. Send an invitation to the uncreated. Allow it to formulate and gestate. So again, I feel like earth signs, there might be something percolating here that is coming, that is wanting your attention, that is wanting to be born into this reality, that wants you to create it, that wants you to bring it forward. Now your challenge is the benevolent guide. I would say with the benevolent guide, there's likely someone here who can help you. It's just going to be a challenge of knowing which person to really like lean into. It does feel like some of you may have an idea, but some of you are yet to know who this person is. I would also say if you are trying to do this alone, that's not the way to go. This is definitely where help is your best friend. Leaning on support with others can be very beneficial to bringing forth what is not created yet into the world. I would also say the benevolent guide may offer information to you that you may not be fully agreeable to. I would say that it's important to check with yourself where the resistance is coming from, because this is a benevolent guide. So really, truly, this isn't like someone you can't trust, but it feels like something's going to come up that challenges you, that puts you in some kind of resistance. And I would just say soften that a little. Soften that resistance and be open-minded is what it feels more like is important here. So let's see what we need to know about the past. Okay, we have the Judgment card coming in. We have the Two of Cups in reverse. We have the Nine of Wands. And coming into the current energies, we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. Ooh, we have the Empress, but she's in reverse, in the heart of your spread. And then we have the Hierophant. Okay, coming into the near future. We have the Magician, but we also have the Three of Swords. Interesting. And then we have the Eight of Wands. Okay, overall energy, is the Lovers. Okay, with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse underneath. Okay, so Earth signs, there may be some big decision that's coming up here with the Lovers coming up. This is a really big decision card. And it may be a decision on with the Queen of Pentacles here in reverse. For some of you, the Queen of Pentacles represents status. She represents self, like, nurturing, being nurtured, but also it feels interesting because it feels like this Queen of Pentacles energy, which is you, has maybe been undervaluing the Queen of Pentacles. I'm just going to say herself, but it's for both men and women. Undervaluing herself, not putting forward, I don't want to say your best foot, but it's almost like maybe you haven't been operating at your highest potential fully. And that might be changing here now with this new uncreated that's wanting to come forward. It's all, and I say that just because I feel like you've been in this place, Earth signs, where may have been tired, just maybe not tending to duties as you usually would, for whatever the reasons may be. I'm not saying you're lazy or anything like that. I'm just feels like you haven't been able to, or for whatever the reasons. Now, and some decision I think is coming in to change that, where you are being thwarted, almost like pushed. It's almost like I'm seeing you being pushed into like a spotlight or a center or something of that nature. The past, you have the Judgment card, the Two of Cups in reverse, and the Nine of Wands. So with the Judgment card, this is definitely can be very much a spiritual awakening. This can be something where there's almost like a spiritual reckoning in some cases. But this is about trying to get you more situated on your path, right, of destiny. The Judgment card requires like choices to be made. And with the Two of Cups here in reverse, there may have been disagreements about how you're going about this, how you're doing it, or there's disagreements with your partner or just someone close to you. With the Two of Cups here in reverse, may have caused some strain on certain relationships of yours. Maybe feeling at a distance. And the Nine of Wands here is also saying this has been hard. Whatever this has been, it's been hard on you. You've been persevering. You have been showing up, and but you're exhausted, Earth signs. You're exhausted. Sorry, I'm just having to drink water because I've got a headache coming in, and I don't know why. I'm wondering if it's because of the storm that's coming in. Because I don't usually get headaches. Now, looking at your current energies, you have the King of Pentacles and the Empress both in reverse, and then we have the Hierophant. So the King of Pentacles, this could be you. This could just be or someone who the King of Pentacles is someone who maybe just isn't showing up the way they should when it's in reverse, you know, like the way they say they will. They're not as dependable. But it's interesting because I'm not getting that kind of energy from these cards. I'm getting an interesting energy. I'm getting this energy of like both the Empress and the King of Wands needing like a change. They're both needing a shakeup or something new to like anchor into. Maybe that's what it feels more like, something new to anchor into. And with the Hierophant coming in, it feels like that's the anchor. So this Hierophant comes in as an anchor that's also like putting a trajectory of a higher path in place. The Hierophant is, you know, it's got sort of like do things like a traditional manner, but it's also like a path of, I don't know if path of purpose is the right word to say, but it definitely feels purposeful. I think there's an agreement here, Earth signs, that you're coming to with another person over the first couple of weeks of February that benefits you both. And again, that's why I'm saying like this benevolent guide, I don't know who is who here, but it feels like you're coming to an agreement and it's mutually beneficial. So when I look at the future, we have the Magician, the Three of Swords, and the Eight of Wands. Look, the Magician is great. It means like shit's moving, okay? Like stuff's happening. You're creating stuff. The uncreated is becoming created now. You're using what you've got. You're calling upon all of like your skills, all your tools, and you're making stuff happen here. Things are coming into form, but there is something here that's a little painful. However, something about it, I think, creates a catalyst because you have the Eight of Wands here, which is like fast movement forward. It's like a big, like, go sign, you know. Clarity comes through. This could be some kind of communication that you receive that really kind of just, it opens things up. But it feels like it might come from some sort of disappointment or pain of some kind. I don't know. Let's kind of see where this is going. I'll know more when I clarify. What's the Lovers card? What's the Lovers? Okay, we have the Four of Cups in reverse. So no longer staying complacent, no longer staying in a place you're not happy with. There could be some opportunity coming your way here, Earth signs. And again, I think it's something that you're going to be possibly bringing in, saying yes to through another person, or someone's helping you make a decision. You also have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. This could be about the way you work, the way you've been working, the way you want to work. Maybe haven't been working in the way that you've wanted and you haven't been happy. And now it's like, I'm changing the way I'm going to do work. I'm changing the way I'm going to, or that you're changing the way of your own mastery, right? The Eight of Pentacles is also a mastery card. So whatever skills you have or anything that you're working on, it's like you're shifting into mastering yourself in a new way. Through this, and that's decision is on that. What's this Judgment card? Ooh, the Five of Pentacles. So I don't know. For some of you, this is about your own worth, your self-worth. For some of you, money could have been really tight. We have the Magician coming in. So if some of you just feel like you're out on an island by yourself or alone. And it just also feels like shit hasn't been working the way like you wanted it to, with the Magician here in reverse. And again, this feels like a big spiritual awakening. It feels like a judgment, like not a judgment, sorry, a reckoning for you that is like putting you on maybe a different path or correcting the path a little bit. And whatever has been going on here has been hard. This is full of hardship here. This is like you're hitting no's. You're feeling alone. Maybe you're not feeling supported. Again, finances could have been affected here. Okay, we have the World card. And the Six of Swords. Really wanting to move forward, wanting to move on, wanting to move to maybe even bigger achievements or accomplishments. And maybe having disagreements about how you're going to get there. Maybe the people around you maybe some have been supportive, but maybe not all. Again, it feels like not on the same page of the how. What's this Nine of Wands? The Sun card. So despite things being very difficult, there's also been optimism, probably bursts of optimism that then get like shadowed by like those low moments that definitely inevitably come in. But also, this is also speaking to like such crystal clear clarity, right? So things have been hard and difficult, but there's also been like some kind of like, this is a yes card. This is like, there's something undeniable that you can't shake, that you're like, oh, but I know I'm going to get through this. I know I can do this. Whatever this is. What's this? What else do we need to know about the Nine of Wands? The Sun also represents like your purpose, your identity, right? We have also the Five of Cups. So yeah, you've been going through some kind of grieving process, Earth signs, possibly of your own identity. Now that I see it next to the Sun, possibly for some of you around your purpose. And it's been hard. It's been difficult, but I also do feel like there's been like the perseverance. You've persevered, you're pushing through. So what is this King of Pentacles? Okay, we have the Strength card coming in. And we have the Hermit in reverse. Okay, so this King of Pentacles, again, could be you, could be someone else. Okay, you just kind of decide after I do the reading, because I don't know which one is which here. But this King of Pentacles is maybe going through a little bit of feels a little destabilized themselves, but also I think is looking for internal guidance. Could even be going through something like almost like existential. Okay. The Empress in reverse, but has a lot of courage. Has a lot of courage, this person. Okay. The Empress here, Knight of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands in reverse. Battling possibly inner conflict, but also making slow progress forward, wanting to move things slowly forward. Feels like also possibly like becoming a solution for conflict. With the Five of Wands here, like resolving conflict resolver, steady, slowly, trusting. The Knight of Pentacles is a knight you can trust to get things done. So then what's the Hierophant? Okay, we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. We have the Queen of Swords. This is too funny in energies to come out together. It's interesting. There's an agreement. It does feel like there's an agreement here. An agreement of like needing to follow it through. Not let it just be a flash in the pan kind of idea or experience. It feels like there's going to be some sort of action taken here, but it might be just a little bit delayed around the agreement. But it feels like it's strong. The agreement feels strong, and it feels good. So what's this Magician? I feel like you're going to be getting help here, Earth signs, or you are helping someone. Okay, we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. What else do we need to know about this Magician? And the Fool in reverse. Okay, so there's likely been an idea, a concept, bigger than that. Like, it's like this, it's the spark of like things beginning, right? The uncreated has come into a spark, but it's been something that's been percolating already. And with the Fool here in reverse, it feels like things are moving forward. It may be moving a little bit slower than perhaps you would anticipate or want, but it is moving forward and it's coming together. I think I'm hearing like mitigating risks is important here. So that might be one of the reasons why it's moving a little bit slower. What's this Three of Swords is the King of Cups in reverse. Oh my, okay. Ooh, and the King of Pentacles in reverse. So I don't know if there's like a disagreement between someone you care about and this mentor, or it's just you again coming up having another issue with someone that you care about. Or I don't know, there's some kind of conflict here. What is this? Can I get another card on this, please? The Death card. Okay. So there is an ending coming in here that is very, how do I say this? Unavoidable, necessary, possibly between two people. It could be you and someone else, or it could be between whoever this benevolent guide is and someone else. But I do get the sense that it catalyzes something. I really still feel that it catalyzes something. So what is this Eight of Wands? Could, again, the Death card can also like be forcing change. So we have the Two of Cups coming here on the Eight of Wands, which again is another agreement. It's a contract. We have the Six of Wands in reverse. So someone may not want to be so front and center like in this, but there's some sort of agreement coming in, or finally someone that maybe needed to be acknowledged finally gets acknowledged. Okay. And there's going to be a lot of momentum around this. In the sense of like finally seeing you, if you felt like unseen, if you felt like alone, like it feels like someone finally sees what you've been wanting someone to see. And it comes in fast. So it feels interesting because there's a lot happening here on the board. It does feel like someone's going to be coming into your life here, guiding you. You're going to want to lean into that. You're also going to want to really listen carefully to what they're going to be sharing with you, because there might be some resistance here with you, or perhaps it's resistance with, you know, someone close to you who's like maybe got your back, but maybe doesn't understand the full story. You know, maybe doesn't understand all of the details. It does feel though that if that's the case, they will in the end. So there's a little bit of a bumpy ride here, but I think overall it looks really good. You're going to get some forward movement here. And I think there's a big decision on task that's going to be made. It feels like a contract or an agreement is coming up for you, Earth signs, in the first half of February. Or, you know, yeah, that's going to be finally like set into motion in the coming like weeks. So something to think about there, Earth signs. That is my reading for you. And whatever is coming in, like it's something that needs to be created, something new. All right. How's everyone doing? Hi, neighbors. Dynamite, hello. Hello, Dynamite. And Prince, hello. Okay, water signs, you guys are next. Pretty good here. We're staying on 30-minute readings. Okay. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, you guys are next. Melanie, hello. All right, what's in store for my water signs for the first half of February? What is in store? What was I going to say? I felt I was going to say something. Oh yeah, don't forget next week, Mary Ducina will be on the podcast for our full moon in Leo. I think we're going to try and go live on Tuesday, pending there's power where Mary is. If it doesn't happen on Tuesday, it'll happen on a Wednesday, but we're right now, fingers crossed. She's got power on Tuesday. I guess because of all the snow coming in, and she's kind of up in the mountains. Because I know like Tennessee is going to get hit pretty hard. So, all right. Water signs, let's find out what is the main theme of your reading and what is the potential challenge. Okay, what is the potential challenge? You've got 2 cards as well. Okay. The theme of your reading is virgin's milk. Okay. So virgin's milk is like a nectar that doesn't even exist. It's kind of one of those conundrums. Let's see here. So, innocence, naivety, and purity. Let's see. Okay, how can milk come from one not carrying a child? That is precisely the nuanced teaching of this card. When studied as a concept, it points to the lack of awareness or experience that you water signs, may have, but would rather not reveal. So this milky substance is a symbol of purity and innocence, but its shadow side is naivety and even denial. So when the virgin milk appears, its discernment and honesty must be applied to the work. Is something being glossed over, rushed, or presented as perfect? There are likely complexities that need to be addressed so the alchemist can gain the maturity to handle what's next. So if there might be some, like I said, water signs, whatever this is, the theme of your reading might be like, don't be too naive, or, there might be something you really do need to look at here. And it would be for growth purposes. But when I look at your challenge, we're kind of looking at resin and blood, okay? So resin is something that kind of holds something in place, right? It's something you can look for across this, like, time. It preserves something in a sense that you can always look at it no matter how much time has passed. Blood, though, on the other hand, is something that's living. It's pulsing. It's life force. And it's interesting, these cards are right next to each other. So, let's see here. Resin, holding, adhering, surrounding. And then blood, pulse, physicality, the body. It's interesting because blood is when the alchemist uses the physical body as the starting point, building a relationship to the container. And resin is very much like a container for something. So this is, blood is more about like the physical, the embodiment, and resin coming up. This is really interesting. I'm trying to like really feel into this energy. And holding on. I wonder if you're holding yourself back a little bit, water signs. Maybe not looking at something that really needs to be looked at, which is in essence holding you back. Preventing forward movement, keeping something stuck in time. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of feeling for that. Let's see what the cards say when we shuffle. Okay. Water signs, what do we need to know about the past? Okay, we have the King of Swords coming in with the Four of Wands. And then we have the Nine of Wands in the exact same position that it was for Earth signs. Okay, coming into the current energies. We have the Three of Cups in reverse. Okay, we have the Star card in reverse. And then we have the Hanged One in reverse. Oh, geez. Okay, so we have the King of Wands coming in, the Eight of Swords, and then the Strength card coming in reverse. Okay, overall energy is the Six of Cups in reverse, the Princess of Pentacles in reverse. We got some interesting energy here. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to just say it, there's an energy that just came through immediately. Feels like there's some growing up to do here, water signs. And I don't mean that in like a rude way. I just mean like there's some growing up to do. Like in some area of your life. And it could be an area that perhaps hasn't been able to get as much attention as other areas in your life. But there's something that you're maybe glossing over. Maybe, you know, somebody putting your head in the sand a little bit. Not thinking like, no, it's fine. It's fine. It's good. Don't worry about it. But it's holding you back. Right? And with the Six of Cups here in reverse, it just feels like it's got obviously some childish energy to it, but it's more than that. It's more about like trying to just pretend like things of the past, like it's fine, like it's good. Like maybe just also checking into when the energies were good and like not understanding like something has to be tended to right now. It doesn't feel super serious. But it does feel like it needs your attention. And it feels like with the Princess of Pentacles underneath here, like you might be skipping some steps. Like you can't get the right foundation that you're looking for if you skip certain steps. So, with the King of Swords, the Four of Wands, and then the Nine of Wands, I'm just seeing like the King of Swords here is like there's a plan. There's maybe even like some kind of decision or agreement here, but a strategy of some sort. But it could also even be that you're dealing with someone who, water signs, is very like very logical, okay? Very like maybe even black and white, very linear in their thinking process, could also be part of that. But with the Four of Wands, we're talking like, look, we're talking about weddings, celebrations, family, contracts, soulmates, like all those things kind of come up with the Four of Wands. And it feels like there's been some challenges here, as there always should be. Like, like that's definitely life. But the Nine of Wands, just you've been kind of going through it. This has been something that's been challenging you for a long time. In this department, it feels like. Now, coming into your current energies, we have the Three of Cups in reverse, the Star in reverse, and then the Hanged One. Well, the Three of Cups in reverse, usually this could be like a falling out between friends. This could be even just a simple like a plan for like something that was supposed to be fun, or something you look forward to, maybe just doesn't work out the same way that you were planning or hoping for. And somehow it's impacting like your bigger wishes, okay? Like what it is that you really want. And I just see like you're really internalizing what it is that you really want and what are your really big wishes here. But I think this is a good thing because it forces a new perspective. With the Hanged One in reverse, this is forcing you to see something in a completely different way. And so I don't know if like you're needing to maybe let go of something, or not just hold on so tightly to, maybe it's tightly to a vision or an idea or the way you think something's supposed to work out or be. It doesn't mean that it can't still work out. It's just maybe it's supposed to change a little bit. And in your future energy, you have the King of Wands, the Eight of Swords, and then the Strength in reverse. So like there's excitement here with the King of Wands. There's passion. I'm getting like new lease on life is what I'm hearing energy here. But with the Eight of Swords here, there's also like the wheels are constantly turning, right? Constantly thinking. Could be some anxiety, but it feels more like just overthinking something. You're overthinking something. And with the Strength card here in reverse too, like it feels like you're being presented with something again is going to force growth. Okay, it's going to force growth, and it requires you to have some courage to do this, to face this. But I think this is important. Like I'm going to say this, water signs, whatever this is, it doesn't feel like super serious or bad. It just feels like a necessary evolutionary step. Like that maybe you thought you could avoid or like brush past or, whatever. And it's like, no, you got to face it. It doesn't feel dire. It doesn't feel like any of that, but it's just something you got to do. So let me just see what this Six of Cups is about. Okay, we have the Three of Wands in reverse and the Ace of Pentacles. So again, things are not maybe happening the way you'd want them to, on the timeline that you want them to. And again, does it feel rooted enough? Like there's some rooting that's missing, like it doesn't feel like it's grabbing roots. Like, are there roots here? Are we growing something? The Ace of Pentacles is looking at like security. It's looking at money. It's like dependability. It's, again, this could be money here for you. But there's something about like it's been old nostalgic ways of doing things is getting in the way of what could be. And so it's important to, when you get this new perspective shift that's coming, water signs, this is a blessing. Okay, this is a good thing. There's something big about here that's going to really shift things in a better direction for you. What's this King of Swords? Okay, we have the Four of Pentacles, the Page of Swords in reverse, and the Star card. So this King of Swords, maybe when it comes to like what your wishes are and your big like dreams, maybe delivered news you weren't so happy with, and like kind of like, I don't know, maybe you felt like you pulled back or feel a little reserved. Maybe even on guard, like you had to like hold things close to your chest. Or maybe even if you're sharing ideas with this person, that, you know, your ideas are still young and they're just like at this level of like, well, no, that doesn't make any sense. Like what, like you haven't thought everything through, or, and it's not that you even needed to or have yet, but there's some kind of disconnect here of what. Again, it feels like something's stuck in time and it needs to move forward. And like looking at the old ways of how things were done is not helping the situation. What's this Four of Wands? Okay, we have the Five of Cups in reverse. And the Four of Cups in reverse. So whatever this is, if this is about a contract, someone you care about, maybe this is about wedding, or this is about some kind of family celebration or something. It feels like you're not allowing the energy to get you down. Okay, like it feels like I'm not going to cry over spilt milk. Like I'm just going to keep focusing on what I've got. I'm going to keep focusing on what's good. And there's that kind of energy there. What's this Nine of Wands? Ugh. Okay, we have the Seven of Swords in reverse, the High Priestess in reverse, and the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. This has been a difficult journey. It's been hard. For some of you have felt like you're kind of going at it alone. Maybe even some of you have not been happy with the level of progress or success that you've been, like, you know, hoping you would have, or, you know, by now. But also like something has been revealed here. Something was revealed, and it does feel like whatever it was, though, there was an apology, a reconciliation. So it does feel like feels like it involves someone else, like someone important to you. That feels very like soulmate-ish. And that, again, that doesn't mean love, but just someone who like is important to you. Feels like there's some like, it feels like there's some energy here that's been glossed over and it really needs to be addressed. And I think once you address it, it gets better. What is this Three of Cups in reverse? What's this Three of Cups? Oh my God. Okay, clarified by the Three of Cups in reverse again. So I really feel like there's some kind of fallout, or some event that should have been like happy. It didn't go so well. We also have the Six of Swords in reverse here. So again, finding yourself in a pattern you don't want to be finding yourself in again. Yeah, and then we have the Devil in reverse. So this is a hard energy to kind of, you know, deny. So again, though, what this is doing, though, there's something here that's forcing something up to be seen. It's forcing something up to the surface. So there's going to be some kind of event or shakeup that like I don't know, creates tension or creates a pattern or cycle that you're like, ugh, I don't want to keep coming back to this. But it is also coming up in a way that's trying to set you free of it so that you don't have to keep dealing with it. And again, it's one of those things where it's like, well, I can't just pretend it's good when it's not. What's the Star card in reverse? Okay, we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. And we have the Emperor. Again, like you may be really looking at your future, your dreams, your wishes. Maybe something's not aligned when it comes to the way that you're working, how much work you're doing. And really maybe for some of you, like, I don't know if there's a boss involved here that with the Emperor that is kind of creating some sort of challenge or I don't know, disruption in how you see like things panning out. But I also though get for this energy though that there is a sense of like wanting to take the bull by the horns. So even though some of this is all happening, it does spark some like, you know what? I'm the driver of this car and I'm going to right the ship. You know, like I'm going to I don't want to say you're going to change course, but your course, maybe course correcting. What's the Hanged one? Okay, we have the Ten of Pentacles coming up. So really getting this new aha moment, perspective shift on money, making a lot more money, having a lot more security for your future. You have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse coming up here. This is you. Maybe seeing how you've maybe been going at it in a way that is not really serving you. But there's an epiphany here around your for the long haul, something that even can compound itself, something that brings in long-term wealth for you. And it's something that I think, you know, it's interesting when I see the Queen of Cups here, I can't help but feel like the emotional disruption that comes when you're asking for more. So like the emotional disruption even within the body, being able to master your emotions, to hold more, like that's kind of really coming up here. Water signs. So there's something tied to your emotional state and money that you're getting a really big aha moment around in sometime in February, early February. And I think this really makes a big change for you because what's this King of Wands? Oh, I love this. Okay, so you have the Page of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. So where it felt like you might be like skipping steps or, you know, all of that, like it feels like, okay, you've got a plan, you're learning, you're kind of a little green at something here, but the energy is like, no, okay, I'm like going at this. There's this excitement, there's this confidence. And it does feel like someone possibly even around you, this King of Wands could be someone who's offering you something that is teaching you. It's putting you in a newer position that is now allowing you to expand. It's allowing you to grow more. So it's like the growing up is really coming forward here. What's the Eight of Swords? Okay, so wow, we have the Six of Wands and the Page of Cups now on the Eight of Swords. So this is all happening, but for some reason you're still overthinking things a little bit here, water signs, because it's like you have these dreams and it's like you're being offered something here. And there's something that you're feeling successful, but you're torn. You must be torn over something, because I don't know why you would like be anxious over this or feel like you're trapped. I wonder if if you're growing into a bigger version of yourself, like through this, like not allowing shit to finally like go unchecked, where like there's a younger version of your dream of success, but it's like you're going bigger than that. Again, it's that idea of like being stuck in time. It's almost like, oh, how can I put this? It's like, you see yourself and you have a version of success of when like, maybe 10 years ago, 20 years ago, whatever, your version of success was. And that success version hasn't evolved to who you are now over the 10 or 20 years. Like you still think like that version is successful. And it's like, no. You're well beyond that, like that's not a barometer you can use anymore. And so it just feels like you're realizing how much that trapped you. As you are expanding and growing. What's this? The Strength card in reverse. We have the Hermit in reverse. And we have the Knight of Cups. Okay, so again, like whatever you're doing, it's requiring courage. It feels like you're breaking out into something new. You're growing, you're expanding, you're receiving something. There's a lot being offered to you here in the future. So whatever you're doing, like you get out of this rut, you get out of this place where you may have felt stuck. And it feels like you're finally able to take what you've been harnessing inward and have it manifest outward. So it's like whatever you've been like building and creating through your inner world finally gets offered to you in your outer world here. So it does look like it's heading in a good direction. You're finally getting more movement. I would just say that there's something though that you've had to look at that maybe you've been a little naive over, that has also been like forcing something to stay stuck in time that you're still applying to the now that maybe was from the past, but it's been like encapsulated and taken into the future. And it's like, no, that cannot be my barometer or my compass or like whatever. It feels like that, like something from your past has to really be like recognized, like that value of that is not the same value of what is now. I don't know about that. I think that's coming across a little too cryptic, but I don't know how else to describe what I'm feeling right now from this reading. So, water signs, just make sure that what your visions and what you're calling in is not based on like old versions of yourself and that version's idea of success. So that's the only way I can put it. I don't know. Hopefully it makes sense. All right, water signs, that's my reading for you. It does look like things are coming your way, though, after the first half of February. There's some kind of epiphany that happens, though, for you that needs to kind of take place. Oh, there's new people here. Oh, hi. Okay. I can't even pronounce that handle, but glad to see you too. Carolina, Mr. J, Nani. You're welcome, Melanie. Okay. We are on to air signs. You guys are next. Remember, if you're just joining now, I have opened up the bookings for intuitive readings with me. You can do that. Link is in the description below. And we are just 5 weeks away from the 3-day 180. So if you've been looking at it, wanting to come, I would love to have you there. Help you change something really big in your life. Get some momentum behind you. Overcome something that feels like maybe it's holding you back. Get you that break, bigger than a breakthrough. Okay. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's kind of take a look here for my air signs. What's in store for you? What's inside? What's inside? What's in store for my air signs? For the first half of February. All right, what is the main theme and what is the potential challenge for my air signs? Okay. Interesting. Okay. So the main theme of your reading, air signs, is silver. Okay. So lunar, reflective, and chrome. Amongst its upper echelon status, silver shines eternally in second position. It is the lesser sibling, the one that's not quite there yet. A true alchemist does not resist this truth, but rather studies its subtle implications and its wisdom. Silver requires polishing, or the surface tarnishes over time. Mirrors require cleaning, or the image clouds and distorts. So whereas gold sustains its own malleable radiance, silver asks for our participation. We must work at it. Don't give up now. Silver wants to build relationships like the moon, a mirror, or a poem. Let it reflect an image back, and with an open heart and one more moment of willingness, the seemingly cold, stark surface of silver opens into the imaginal realm. What is there? Your own vastness, the mysteries that beckon you. On moonlit nights, through our daily devotion to silver, we can find our truest gold. So there may be something that feels like it's your gold, but you have to keep working at it, right? Like it requires some effort. It requires some participation. And that's kind of what the theme of your reading is. But your challenge is the peacock's tail, which is vision. The peacock's tail is what's the word I'm looking for? Inclusivity? Yeah, inclusivity, full vision, the spectrum, inclusivity. So this is where you have this obviously mesmerizing display of tail feathers, right? And on the tail feather, there's like an eye. So it goes from having one vision or one eye to thousands of eyes. And so this is where you discard the black and white thinking and allow for a full spectrum of colors, nuances, and solutions to come into the fold. This is where creative solutions to complex social and political polarities can be found. So this is where you have to really go outside the box to expand the way you're seeing something, look at it from a multiple different directions. So again, it feels like this is something, air signs, that you've been like working on, focusing on. It's required a lot of effort, but again, like it's like It doesn't feel like you've quite gotten there yet, right? And maybe your solution is that you've got to look at things differently. You've got to look at things from a different perspective, maybe from a different angle, maybe take in the full picture. Sometimes we can get, if we're working on something for so long, we get so caught up in the details. And it feels like that's what this is kind of like calling you towards. And that something, your solution could very much be more creative than logical, which I know isn't exactly what air signs, thrive on. So 5 of Pentacles has come up in the first card of your past. Okay, so we have the Strength card in reverse, and then we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. So something's been kind of hitting your confidence. Air signs, you've been working at something. I think you've been feeling kind of, again, alone, isolated, maybe feeling without. And it's just been like, challenging. Like you keep going, but it's challenging. And again, it feels like your confidence has been shaken here. We have the 8 of Swords coming up. I will say when Mercury goes into Pisces, early Feb, like that's definitely when our thinking is going to feel very confused and very blurry. And then we have the Ace of Cups coming in. Oh, geez. 1 second here. Coming into, okay, the current energies, the future energies. We have the 6 of Wands. The Prince of Wands, and then the Chariot card. First time we're seeing the Chariot in all the readings. Okay, I would say you've been going through some tough times here, air signs. Things are looking up though for you. I will say that they're going to turn around sometime in the beginning of February. So, let me just see what the overall energy is. We have the World card and then the Sun. Okay, so like I said, brighter days ahead for my air signs. You are going to feel like you finally accomplished something. Like you may even feel like you're on top of the world. This could be something that also relates to you needing to travel to places or things of that nature. But like there's optimism now. There's hope coming in. It feels expansive. Now, I already talked about like the 5 of Pentacles where you're kind of feeling isolated, alone, shaking your confidence. But coming into the current energies, we have the 8 of Swords, the King of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups. So again, there's something that you feel trapped in your mind over. You feel stuck. And it's just like you keep thinking like, okay, what do I do? What do I do? Like just kind of going over all the different scenarios in your head. But with the King of Pentacles here, you may have someone who's very grounded and maybe will offer you a new perspective. This King of Pentacles could be someone who is maybe financially stable, maybe a father, might be someone who owns their own business. But in any case, it's just someone you can depend on, okay? Someone you can rely on. And it feels like they're coming into the picture and whatever their role is, does feel like they're part of you, helping you see something in a new way that is going to take all of the efforts where you feel like you're, I'm never quite finishing, right? Like you're wanting to get to the top of whatever this is that you're working towards, but you always feel like you're never at that first place. You're always in that second place, right? You're close, but not just yet there. Well, the Ace of Cups is coming in and it's saying, hey, this is where your creative burst is, okay? And this isn't an idea. This is a creative solution to something that has been evading you. And I do feel like this King of Pentacles somehow is involved in this. But it opens something up for you and it opens up a new opportunity. And I see in the future excellent things here. The 6 of Wands, personal sense of accomplishment, success, you feel good. Page of Wands, is bringing in some kind of good news. Okay, something new, good news, optimism. Like maybe it's a text message, an email, a hope. Something is coming in here, and Chariot means things are moving forward, right? So you're getting momentum. Things are finally like going in, I think, a direction where you're coming out of like what feels like a little bit, I don't know if slump is the right word. Maybe it is for some of you, but like wherever you felt shaken, you don't feel shaken anymore. You feel like upright, you feel like confident, you're going for it. So let's see where the cards are going to clarify this for us. What's this world as the overall energy? Okay, we have the Two of Swords in reverse. And the Five of Swords in reverse. Yeah, you were getting out of a place where you felt at a standstill. You felt pause. And honestly, maybe even engaging in some self-sabotage. Maybe you were having arguments with people. I don't know, but there's a peace treaty of sorts coming through. Like, it feels like, okay, harmony is coming back in, like the dust is settling. If there was like a storm that was being kicked up through words or just even your mind, like it all is settling now. And you are knowing exactly what you need to do to move forward. What is this Five of Pentacles? Yeah, okay. We have the Star in reverse and the Eight of Wands in reverse. Like something about your dreams and hopes and desires is like just not going the way you wanted to. It's either hitting brick walls or it's hitting like a standstill. Like it's just not going anywhere. Like there's just boom, pause, stopped, right? So of course, like you're feeling like you might be even feeling left out in the cold by the universe. Like, I don't know, like, but you're just feeling alone, isolated. What's this Strength in reverse? You may have had to meditate a lot, rest a lot with the Four of Swords coming up. Really take time out for yourself to tend to your mental health. Then we have the Three of Cups, and you may have even needed to call on some friends with the Three of Cups here, like to really kind of help motivate you, give you the strength. Lean on your friends here for support during this time. What is the Queen of Wands? Okay, and maybe your confidence has been shaken. I don't know, like with the Two of Cups here and the Five of Wands, maybe you're in a, in a relationship where you and your partner have been at odds, you haven't been on the same page. And that could have been something for some of you, others of you. This is maybe you're feeling really conflicted inside. You're just not confident on maybe something that you're wanting to merge together, something that you're wanting to bring together. Maybe you're not feeling confident about your partner. I don't know. There's some things here that it could very well be, but it feels like there's been a lot of inner chaos, but also that's been represented outside of you as well. What is this Eight of Swords? Okay, we have the King of Wands. And the Seven of Cups in reverse. Possibly someone you feel very attracted to, very mesmerized by or passionate about. Maybe you're in your head about them. It could also not be that. It could also be someone who's like someone you could be what am I trying to say here? Like, it could be an entrepreneur. It could be someone in some level of leadership. It could be anyone like that. Okay. Where, I don't know if you've been in your head about it, feeling like you only have maybe one go with them or option to present them if you're presenting something. I get the sense that you feel like your hands are tied here around this. What's this King of Pentacles? Oh my gosh. Okay, we have the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Wands both in reverse. I feel like, I don't know why, I feel like, I know you're air signs, okay, so don't shoot me here. But I feel like this Queen of Wands and Knight of Wands is you, and that it's something like this King of Pentacles is addressing something for you that has been either like a stop start, not fully always seeing the something through, and which has affected like how you move forward, your confidence to move forward, your passion to move forward in whatever this is. And so there's something around whoever this King of Pentacles is somehow like addresses it, shows you a different perspective, perhaps gets you to see it from an angle you've never seen before. What's this Ace of Cups? We have the Hermit. And we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So something that you knew spiritually, something that you maybe knew deep down within you, but had never been able to like get any kind of momentum, finally gets like an opportunity here. So there's some kind of opportunity that's opening the door. This, again, it's this creative solution, okay, that presents an opportunity to bring to life this thing, get it moving forward. There's definitely a sense of aha enlightenment here. What is the Six of Wands? Jeez. Okay. Our first tower. Okay, the Six of Wands. Tower in reverse, Ace of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles in reverse. So does feel like you're avoiding some kind of disruption or breakdown. Again, you've got an Ace of Pentacles here, so bringing in new opportunities for money and stability, something that will actually take root, take form in this reality. And you're also letting go of something that you were working on, like that didn't work, like something that was a weak foundation is going away. And that's, it helps you like avoid some kind of some kind of surprise or breakdown that you may not have wanted. Okay, what is this Prince of Wands? Okay, we have the Eight of Pentacles. Some of you might be getting work, a new job, or some kind of promotion within work where you're finally going up to the level that you want. Yeah, Knight of Swords and the Hangman in reverse. So again, this is like speaking to like that aha moment, the epiphany, being able to see things in a way that you never seen them before, which gave you a new strategy, a new way to take action, and it's working. This is something like you're definitely going to move on fast. So what is the Chariot? The Chariot is the Page of Wands in reverse. So there's something about this page. And then the Five of Cups. Then we have the Lovers in reverse and the Ten of Cups upright. it feels like you're finally like moving forward more towards something that is like a long-term dream of yours, something that really like fills you up with joy and purpose. And it does feel like I don't know why I get this energy here of you wishing like, fuck, why did I wait so long? Like it's almost like and I don't know if that's the right way of saying it, because you were doing stuff, but it's more like wishing you had seen it earlier, like wishing you had seen this solution earlier. But it's okay. Like I will say, like, you're moving forward anyway. So that's like, it's like, don't cry over spilt milk, you know, like it's part of the process is what I want to say. And, it feels like there's something to do with like delayed decisions or past decisions that is kind of playing a role in this. But it's okay because you're moving towards something that's good and that you want. So I wouldn't get too caught up on that. I think you're having a tough time because I think you're being a little hard on yourselves, air signs, sometimes, like getting in your head and like worrying about too much. But like this looks good. So I would say just follow it. Follow the new perspectives, follow the new angles that you can see things from, because they're opening up your worldview. Like literally yesterday with a client, had a completely one perspective of how this person saw something. And then I pointed out, but do you see how blah, 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 blah. And it was just like, whoa. And all of a sudden that old perspective didn't make any sense. And the new perspective was like, why didn't I see that? It's so obvious. And it just opened up the completely new door. Okay. So, that's kind of like what it feels like for you, air signs. So that's my reading for you. Hopefully that helps a little bit. I don't know why I've got a little bit of a headache right now going in. So I don't know if it's just because there's a lot of information coming through or what it is, but, again, maybe it's a snowstorm that's coming through, because this is not normal for me at all. But anyways, I love you guys. Hope you're all well. Stay warm this weekend for all of you who are in the path of Snowmageddon, whether you're in the States or in lower parts of Canada. And I will say this. Go Broncos on Sunday, hopefully. That was quite an interesting win and then loss of Bo Nix, but I think we're going to be great. So what else? I think that's it, guys. Don't forget, next week we've got Mary Ducina, and then the week after I'm going to be releasing a really, really good podcast episode with incredible predictions for 2026. This is very good psychic. She's been right about a lot of things, like COVID, like the Cybertruck explosion last year, a lot of things. So that'll be coming out in 2 weeks. Guys, love you. Okay. Don't forget, if you want a reading, that's going to be open until the 31st of January. So whenever you're watching this video, if it's before January 31st, you can book in with me, get your reading in. And that's it, guys. All right. I love you. Have an incredible weekend.